Hey, hi, and hello. I'm Troy the Art Boy, and today I'm going to be designing yet another unconfirmed experiment from Lilo and Stitch, the series. Just like I do in every video, I'm going to be going over a lengthy list of how this project is sort of organized. For those of you who've seen my other videos and rather skip that part, then please jump to this point in the video. I'll give you guys a second to move on ahead if you so choose. Still here? Great. During the credits of Leroy and Stitch the movie, there is an official list of every experiment along with their corresponding name and number. I defer to that list and work with a friend of mine, Leo's Library, over on Instagram, to sort of come up with a one-shoe place and a design for that specific experiment. I will say, I'm just pull these functions out of nowhere. There is a general guideline for how Jumpus creations are all organized. That list is as follows. Numbers 000 through 099 are categorized as being the household helpers. Numbers 100 through 199 are the civic disturbances. Think loud, annoying, and just generally disrespectful towards your peace. Numbers 200 through 299 are categorized as being the technological and scientific experiments. 300 through 399 are the psychological experiments. 400 through 499 are the militaristic experiments. 500 through 599, which are my personal favorites, are going to be the elemental manipulators. And lastly, experiments 600 onward would all be categorized as the doomsday experiments, like Stitch. Given both the name and the number, I can get to work. Today's cousin is number 023, named Cyclo. It feels like I say this in just about every video, and I mean it every single time, but out of all the experiments I've drawn up to this point, Cyclo is my absolute favorite. With that in mind, let's dig in. I knew I wanted them to be purple. I don't know why, but I was just really feeling that in the lineup. That was pretty much all I had to work with at first. I then had another fan drawing recommended to me to help sort of lend some inspiration. If you've watched other videos of mine, you already know what I'm about to say, but the person I'm working with on this project used to work with another artist a long time ago by the name of Sketch Lampoon. They used to do basically the exact same thing I'm currently doing, except they never finished. If you've looked up fan art of Lilo and Stitch experiments at any point, I'm sure you've seen their work. They're a pretty prominent artist within the Lilo and Stitch fan art community. And they've given me permission to use their designs either in part or in whole, so long as I credit them. So that's what I'm doing here. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to throw the original drawing up on the screen, and it's going to remain there for most of the video. I'm going to give them as much credit and as much airtime here as I can, because they worked so hard in these designs, and quite frankly, they deserve all the credit in the world. And here they are. For starters, they also had some purple in their design, so I knew it was kind of meant to be. If you've watched my videos of experiments like 006 Percy or 017 Lids or 012 Antitherm, you know that I sometimes borrow heavily from Sketch Lampoon's drawings, but that isn't really the case here. I really only borrowed two main aspects from this design. The rest I sort of just came up with on the fly. Once I started drawing, it just kind of, I don't know, my inspiration kind of took over separately from what I may have initially intended, if that makes sense. Firstly, I like the idea of giving Cyclo a big, almost triangular shaped head. I thought it would be a great visual addition to the experiment lineup, something new. I did change the shape of mine a bit to really make that triangular shape stand out. And I took away that original sort of tuft of hair Sketch Lampoon gave theirs. I did decide to keep the same shape though for the position for the ears. I think it works really well, and I tried moving it around a bit and kind of playing with it, but Sketch Lampoon had it right the first time. That is just, in my opinion, the best position for those ears. The second aspect I knew I needed to keep, and this might just be my favorite part of the drawing, are those roly ball things in the bottom of their feet. That concept is brilliant, and it was going to be pivotal here to Cyclo carrying out their function. It reminded me of the alien XLR8 from the original Ben 10 show. That alien in particular happened to be one of my favorites in the original Ben 10 alien lineup. And I borrowed the concept of the feet sort of curling over the ball from that Ben 10 character. Oh, and I guess I kept the chest patch roughly the same size and shape. I didn't originally plan to do that. It just ended up being the only shape that I didn't hate, if I'm being honest. So, what did I change? For starters, I wanted the arms to look smaller and be placed behind Cyclo's back to be his introductory image. I took inspiration here from a DC villain named Darkseid, particularly them from the Injustice game. I was addicted to playing that back in high school, and once I had this concept of this, very, very stoic, very proud character, I thought of his pose, so I just sort of snatched it up and used it here, and I really like it. I toyed around with the color of the nose. I was gonna do pink, but it didn't really fit. Then I tried blue, and it still didn't work, but there was definitely something there. So I kept toying around with like the shade and the actual tone of it, and I found this like almost a hint of greenish blue that, in my opinion, works very, very well. So I'm happy I went with that. I went back and forth with trying to add a color patch on the forehead to fill up some of the blank space, but nothing I did looked good. I imagine this is why the original artist used that tuft of hair to kind of break up that space a little bit. It makes sense, and I did my best to try and make it not look, I don't know, giant and empty. I had the same problem back when I was designing the experiment named Clumsy, but here I just kind of let it go and just went with its regular naked forehead. He was originally created to fetch things for Jemba. Cyclo would, in theory at least, run to grab and retrieve things for Jemba to help the evil genius with his work. The problem here is sort of twofold. First, the orbs on his feet allow 023 to move too quickly, and he had a habit of spinning in circles instead of zipping around in straight lines. When the cyclone does spin, it creates, well, a tiny cyclone. And here he is. I can't wait to hear what everyone thinks about them. I'm obsessed with Cyclo. He is, like I said before, my absolute favorite design I've come up with so far. And I'm so happy to finally be able to share this with you guys on this channel. 023 would debut in the episode named Riding the Cyclone. Cyclo was activated when his pod fell into a palm frond in a nearby watering hole. The episode synopsis would be as follows. An increase of heat has caused small forest fires to occur on the island of Kauai. The activation of a quick wind creating experiment causes an influx of chaos. Lilo enlists the help of Keone and friends to aid in catching the speedster. But will the Ohana be able to harness 023's power for good and help the island put out the flames? Cyclo would find his one true place at a new skate park that Mr. Jamieson, Keone's father, had built. This would eventually be used to hold the skateboard competition. Let me know what you guys think. If you guys have some free time, hop on over to DeviantArt and check out Sketch Lampoon. They have just so much artwork over there, and I really couldn't do what I'm doing right now without them. They have been just so pivotal to pretty much every aspect of this project, and they will continue to be so moving forward. So please go check them out. And if you enjoyed this video, or I don't know, honestly, even if you didn't, be sure to like and subscribe. I'm still very new to this whole YouTube thing, and every like and follow, it really does help a lot. I've also started a Patreon. If you guys wanted to go support me over there as well, I would greatly appreciate it. And go check out Lil Zabri over on Instagram. I have some other designs already uploaded over there. I think we're about a month or two ahead from where video is going to be released here on this channel, so go check them out. And while you're over there, go check out my actual page at Troy the Art Boy as well for just, I guess, more content in general. I have Leo and Stitch stuff. I have non-Leo and Stitch stuff up there, just a lot. Um, And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and you will see me in the next one. Bye.